Hello and welcome to Gamer Premonitions, a podcast where we predict what's going to be in a game. This game specifically is Kingdom Hearts 3, in our continuing series covering that. And today's episode is specifically about the Toy Story world. I have with us again KZ Excellent.
That's me!
From kzexcellent.com. We also have Mr. Feel, Checkmark and Training.
Heya.
And Bob.
Hey guys.
From GigaBoots.com. Today, we're going to get to the bottom of what from the choice movies that are Toy Story 1, maybe Toy Story 2, because it's more based on 2, I hear, is going to show up in Kingdom Hearts 3. But before we get to that, we need to talk about our feelings on Toy Story 2 as a movie. As we always do, at the beginning of this, we're going to give it a out of 4 rating, out of 4-star rating, and a 2-sentence review that summarizes our feelings on the movie. I'm going to ask KZ Excellent to go first.
Shouldn't we have a summary of the film?
Oh my god. Oh my god, I did it again. Mr. Feel, can you please give these uncultured swine who have not seen Toy Story 2, also known as Me Last Week, a summary of what Toy Story 2 is?
Sure thing, Dan. Toy Story 2 is the sequel to Toy Story 1. Pixar returns with a heartwarming follow-up to the original story about Forrest Gump and a cocaine dealer overcoming their differences. In this sequel, Woody is stolen by Bob Chipman, who intends to sell him to a sex pervert in Tokyo. Buzz Lightyear and the other toys go on an adventure to save him, rehashing all the same themes and basic plot structures from the first movie along the way. A toy wistfully worries about being forgotten, a version of Buzz Lightyear doesn't believe he's a toy, and it all ends with a chase scene, just like the first movie. It's the same. It's what I recognize, so I clapped.
Yeah, that's a pretty good summary. I would say that is literally the film I sat down to watch for an hour and a half, and that summary could have saved me a lot of time. Thank you, Feel, for saving everyone a lot of time. Though Feel did such a great job summarizing it, I'm going to move to KZ to give his review. KZ, what did you think of Toy Story 2?
Alright, so I have here... Toy Story 2 is kind of weak when watching it directly after the first one. Fortunately, that fucking dog is not in this movie. 3 out of 4.
Yeah, that dog from Toy Story 1 is rough.
Oh, that dog. Oh, no.
There was a different dog in 2. Way less horrifying.
More dog-like.
More dog approximate, yeah. No,
I give that dog 1 dog out of 2.
Yeah, whereas, wait, the first and second dog. How many dogs?
The second dog. The second dog's almost as good as half a dog.
Almost as good as half a dog. Okay, cool. Yeah, the first dog doesn't even rank. Bob, what did you think about Toy Story 2?
Toy Story 2 is a really bad follow-up to the first movie. I can't handle it. It probably will be the worst movie we watch. 2 out of 5. Wait, it's 4. 2 out of 4.
Bob, 1, that wasn't 2 sentences, that was 3, unless you're using semicolons or commas in a very abusive manner. But you said 2 out of 4?
Yeah.
Really, you said
that
2 out of 5.
Coaster.
I feel like 2 out of 5 becomes a little bit lower than 2 out of 4. Maybe it should become a 1 out of 4, but I don't know. I'm not going to change the number.
Look, it should probably be 1, because like I said, this is probably the worst movie we're watching. It's probably the lowest we're getting.
What are the other ones again? We're going to get Tangled in here. We're going to get, let's see.
Big Hero 6.
Toy Story 2 will probably be the lowest unless we get insane and decide to also watch Monsters University.
We have to watch Monsters University.
God damn it.
No, that was a direct-to-TV movie. It's not real.
That's not... It
No,
wasn't
it's
that
not.
at all. It's not The Lion King 2, Bob.
Can we watch Lion King 1.5 just for fun?
If only they put a world in here. It's tragic.
Last Man of Secret World. Lion King 1.5.
No.
Remix.
Nomura just put it in because he likes 0.5s in the titles of things. Okay, I'll go ahead and give my review. It leans way too much on throwbacks to the first film without really adding much. The ending isn't nearly as impactful as the original, but it does feature Kelsey Grammer. So I'm going to give it 2 out of 4. I do like Kelsey Grammer. I was like, what the fuck is that really Kelsey Grammer? And I had to look it up, and I was like, yeah, what is even? And the weirdest thing is his credit on IMDb.com says archive sound.
Jeez, Dan, you complain about mine going over 2 sentences. Yours was like 10.
Oh no, I said the review, and then I just said
then you just went off about Kelsey Grammer. That wasn't related to review.
Yeah, no, that's not a review of the movie. I didn't.
That's a review
Wait,
of Kelsey
I'm supposed to-
Grammer.
Yeah, that's a review of Kelsey Grammer's weird IMDb listing. Whatever, this is a weird tangent. Hey, Mr. Field, what do you think about Toy Story 2?
Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3 should have been combined into one movie that is basically just Toy Story 3.
I haven't seen Toy Story 3. I don't know what that means. What's the star review?
2 out of 4.
Okay, so that's 3 2 out of 4s, and wait, no. 3 2 out of 4s, and KZ gave it a 3 out of 4.
Did I? I actually had 2 here. I guess I misread my own review.
What are you, me?
You have no room to give Bob shit. Oh, Lord. Okay, so now we need to get into our premonitions.
I'm kind of disappointed. I was hoping it'd be a one-word review again.
Ah, jeez. I don't know. His statement would be really insightful to someone who had seen Toy Story 3, but...
I'll give you... Toy Story 3 is Toy Story 2, but done well.
Oh.
It has the exact same villain and plot threads.
They did Toy Story... They did the movie Toy Story 3 times.
Yes.
Soon to be 4.
Oh, my God.
I'm sure it'll be different in 4.
They literally do Buzz forgets he's a toy in all 3 movies.
Oh, kill me. That was the worst part of 2.
Well, I'm just glad I don't have to watch Toy Story 3. That's all I'm saying.
It's better in Toy Story 3 because it has a less contrived explanation. They hit the button on Buzz that resets him to factory settings.
Yeah, at least it's less contrived, yeah.
They also turn on his Spanish language module, so he's speaking in Spanish for a while.
It's really good.
Wow, Tim Allen speaking in Spanish. That's a really tempting watch. I don't know.
Mexican cocaine.
We should get into these premonitions. Now, we each get to pick 4. Who wants to be the very first to go?
I'll
I've
go.
got one.
I'll surrender the right to go first since I kind of took the big one last time.
Okay, so, Bob,
What?
I'm gonna let KZ go first. KZ, you go ahead and go first.
All right. My first one, which I'm pretty sure I wrote down before I watched the movies, which was just one word, Zurg. Just Zurg.
Okay. Yeah.
Just
yeah.
put him in, please.
I feel like Heartless Zurg is so obvious a pull it would be detrimental if they
You're
don't do
going
it.
to a toy store, please.
I honestly, one mine is Zurg, but I specifically want Zurg, who is Buzz Lightyear's father. I need that relationship to continue.
You need that line.
Yes.
They need to base it off the Buzz Lightyear of Star Command cartoon series. There's an evil Buzz Lightyear who's his Virgil.
Oh my God.
Do you know what his name is, KZ? Do you remember his name?
No, I don't.
The Buzz Virgil is named Warp Dark Matter.
Oh my god.
God, it's so perfect.
Oh my God. What have I done with my life?
I'm gonna shit my pants.
Okay, Bob, I'll let you go second.
All right.
Give me some choice premonitions that don't involve Zurg, apparently.
Right.
Or
no, Zurg
Warp
is
Dark
off limits
Matter.
there.
You know, I wrote 16 things down here, not a single one of them Zurg.
Weird.
I thought it was too obvious. I don't know.
I want them. There was a joke in Toy Story 1 where they're actually talking about the toy manufacturers, like, oh, are you done by Mattel? What's your country from? I really want them to bring up that Sora and the gang are made by Play Arts Kai.
That would be
that's
really good. Oh man, that would be really fucking excellent. Oh jeez. I was like, Bob's gonna say Square Enix. Man, that's such a basic. Oh no, that last minute twist. I didn't see how good this premonition was.
Square Enix is in that game.
Yeah, they are.
There is an entire aisle of Dissidia NT summon action figures.
Oh no, that is too good.
And all the
I was
price
actually
tags are the
wondering-
exact price of Play Arts Kai figures.
What? Oh my god. I wasn't prepared for Kingdom Hearts 3 to be so. There's a word for it. KZ, what's that word again? There's a really good word to describe Kingdom Hearts, and especially Kingdom Hearts 3. It's
Fujoshi?
no, that's
Also
a different
that.
word. Starts with a K.
Oh, Kino, my bad.
Yeah, there we go. It's definitely gonna be that. I didn't expect that level though. You know, of that's unreal. Who does that?
Right?
What? Okay, I guess I'll go next. Oh, man, this is tough to choose when there are this many and you're terrified. Okay, I'll take it. The Kingdom Hearts figurines, as in the main characters, are extremely rare, and Newman from Seinfeld wants to sell them to some Japanese collector who is the CEO of Square Enix.
Oh, that's so good.
I want this.
That might be a little bit too meta, but that's super good.
I can't believe they put the Deciduous, like...
Right, that's
This
already,
is-
like...
This is my home run bid, you know? Like, if dreams come true. But that aisle is insane. I cannot believe... Whatever. I still don't know how Nier got the CEO of Square Enix. Do you think they just snuck it in?
You'll see it later, but I dropped an image of
Oh,
it.
that's good. Yeah, I'm seeing that. That's ridiculous. Oh my god. See, they're just jealous they don't have their own amiibo line for Dissidia. They would have leaned into that game
More
way
people
more.
will know of Dissidia NT through Kingdom Hearts 3 than they will normally.
Yeah, no,
true.
absolutely.
It has the same fate as Chicken Little.
What if they just patch this area with a different game later?
That'd be hysterical.
Please look forward to the Left Alive section.
My god.
I still can't believe the game's coming out.
Wait, what is Left Alive?
That's that weird mech game.
Oh my god.
What's the
Front
franchise
Mission.
name?
Front Mission.
Front Mission. It's the not Front Mission game.
Yeah, the Front Mission adjacent game with, what was it, some guy from,
It's got
It's got-
Shinkawa.
yeah, Yoji Shinkawa from fucking Metal Gear and Zone of the Enders, who does mechanical designs there, but he's doing people designs here, right?
Yes.
All right, everyone has had kind of a meta one, so I also do.
Okay.
In the trailers and in the footage that's leaked, Rex identifies Sora and Donald and Goofy as characters from a Final Fantasy-esque game he is playing. I want to encounter the actual figures of those characters.
That would be good. That'd be really good.
That one's
Oh no, and then they
that
act
one's
like...
really good.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I have to want, like, they have to awaken them, and then they have to act that whatever standard Sora action figure would act like, and I don't even know what that would be.
The Riku one just says, my heart's too strong. My heart's too strong whenever you push the button on him. That's about all he does. That and side eyes. You know, the side eye is very important.
Here's a sort of related one I just thought of talking about the Dissidia thing, because I didn't know that. There will be an arena in the Toy Story world where you fight the Final Fantasy characters, and it will use the Dissidia figures as justification.
That's pretty good, yeah.
that
And
would
obviously, like, the Hercules thing is going more for a story mode thing instead of just being a Coliseum. So that would be a really cool replacement. Because do they have a Coliseum in this Hercules where it's clearly being, like, challenge modes?
We haven't seen it if there is.
We have not seen
Okay.
it.
Right.
Okay, we haven't confirmed that.
So that's my suggestion. Who wants to go first for the second round?
I guess I'll take it since I went, what was it, third? Yeah, I went third for round one. So I'll go first. You know, that's not weird. There is going to be, in Kingdom Hearts 3, a scene where you have to be stealthy across a floor with cheese puffs on it. There is a stealth segment with
That's
cheese
a
puffs on
deep
the floor.
pull.
I don't. That,
You don't
I
think?
feel like there's other things that they are stealthy about in Toy Story.
Yeah.
More often. So I'm
Yeah,
surprised
but
if you went with the cheese puffs.
The cheese puffs make sound, and it's really cool because just like how Toy Story knew that people would be like, that's a huge cheese puff. Kingdom Hearts 3 also knows that people will be like, that's a huge cheese puff. And that'll like impress them at some weird like monkey brain level where it's like, you can't express why you think that's neat. You're just thinking about, if I had a cheese puff that big, that would be awesome. And so Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to have a stealth segment with cheese puffs. I thought Bob was marking his off after he gave me shit for my suggestion. He's like, damn, I tried to talk him out of it, but he didn't buy the bait.
I cannot believe you had that much to say about that.
What are you talking about? It's that would be a huge cheese puff.
I thought that was just gonna be like, it'd be really cool to see a cheese puff rendered in Unreal Engine.
Yeah, no, of course I think that. but I
Showing
don't
the
need to
power of the
say it every
PlayStation
time.
4.
Yeah, we got
Look
the
at that
fucking
4K cheese puff. Dude.
Oh my god, using physically
It's
based
as big as
rendering.
my head.
check out these PBR cheese puffs. We got the hardness scanned in by a computer. We crushed cheese puffs and scanned it in.
Will they actually get the Cheetos license this time?
No.
I feel like that's the important part. We need upgrades.
No, it's not a license. It's an ad. They're going to sell it to Cheeto. They're going to be like, you owe us money, asshole.
It'll be like cup ramen with Final Fantasy 15.
Yes.
Oh my
Cup
god,
ramen
there'll
is
be an
ass.
entire subquest about Cheetos.
Cup ramen was the peak of Final Fantasy 15.
Also, American Express was in Final Fantasy 15.
Yes.
I forgot
It was
about
accepted everywhere there and nowhere in the real world.
That's false advertising. We'll go ahead and really make this cheesy. Hey, Mr. Feel, what's your second pick?
All right, there will be a gummy ship-esque segment where Buzz is gliding carrying Sora.
Yeah,
It's good.
Yeah.
That is good.
that's gonna be good. Yeah, I think they'll do that. What do you think the gameplay is in that moment? Are you just avoiding attacks, or do you?
I assume that it will be very similar to Space Harrier, and Sora will have some sort of projectile because he can turn his Keyblade into guns now.
Right. Yeah.
So he'll just do that, and it will be a short segment where you just move around the screen and shoot things. Because the climax of Toy Story 2 does not translate very well to Kingdom Hearts, but the climax of Toy Story 1 does.
Do you think they'll be
I
chasing
agree.
something?
Yeah. Do you think it's chasing down a road? Do you think Organization 13 is moving with Andy and they're like, oh fuck, they snuck into Andy's toy box?
I think it will be chasing after whatever version of Xehanort is there. I think it's young Xehanort.
Do you think Kelsey
Yes.
Grammer gets to be a version of Xehanort in this? Do you think Stinky Pete the Prospector is in fact a form of Xehanort?
I had time to cross that one off.
Honestly, they're replacing Leonard Nimoy.
If they fucking cast Kelsey Grammer as Xehanort,
Oh my
I
god.
will lose my goddamn mind. Because it was literally all I could focus on for most of Toy Story 2. Like, I was just losing it. I mean, he's sitting there and he's like, you can live forever with me. I'm just like, yeah.
That's definitely
that's
an
good.
upgrade over what I was thinking with Christopher Lloyd.
He could play an old man. I don't know that would be tone appropriate for Xehanort. But, okay, who should go next? Bob, you go next.
Yeah, sure. I really want the Alien Prize Claw game to come back. I know they're probably not going to Pizza Planet, but I feel like they could still sell this claw game inside of a toy store. Because
I definitely think the aliens will be there.
Right, the aliens praising their god, the claw, was one of the best parts of Toy Story 1. I feel like they really need to do something.
So if that was, you would clap if you
Yes,
saw the
I
claw
would
and they
definitely.
said the line.
Yes.
And then Sora and Goofy and Donald react to that.
Right, and then it becomes some sort of game of not getting captured by the claw.
Is the claw being operated by Sid?
No, the claw is probably being operated by whatever full-size human version of Organization 13 is
Okay,
there.
so you think they're normal scale?
I think they're going to be normal scale.
They're normal, like they're huge?
Yeah, they're huge. They are people.
Okay, I have an addition to Bob's suggestion.
Okay, we're sidechaining. Do it.
The alien, just imagine the aliens doing the claw thing, but they're saying the key.
That would be good. That would be really fucking good. Okay, KZ, what's your second pick?
All right, I've got a few here. I'm trying to see which one.
I know, it's hard. Especially
it
when
is.
you write nothing but gold, you know.
Yeah, nothing's gonna beat whatever the hell the cheese puff one that you posted. I struggle
You've
to
got
keep
stiff
up with that
competition
gold.
here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I understand that I make it very difficult for you to co-host the same podcast as me with my amazing premonitions.
So in Kingdom Hearts 3, there is a plot point that they brought up in one of the trailers that there is a new 7 Disney princesses that are different from the ones from before because they don't want to reuse worlds as much.
Yeah.
So
Smart.
that means that they need to have an important character from each world. Now, initially, I wanted it to be Ham, but unfortunately, Nomura said that they have to be female, which completely ruined that. So I hope that it is Andy's younger sister, so it's just a giant human girl.
Oh no, that'd be
Like
hilarious.
a human toddler because it takes place at the same time as Toy Story 2?
It's between
Yes.
2 and 3, so she could be older, right?
Isn't the time gap between 2 and 3 pretty huge?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
it is.
it's like 5 years.
Okay, so we can move out of toddler town and get to barely a child mode.
Yes, she might be able to speak, kind of.
I feel like having a princess that is a giant fucking 4-year-old is deeply terrifying in some Ava shit.
But think about it. This small little Xehanort is saying, this is our backup plan if you don't fight us, and it's just a toddler. We'll get her.
I mean, they are the same people who stole money from some kids and they were like, we should use it on ice cream.
KZ.
So-
No,
Yeah.
it's okay. That was Riku.
That's true.
There's a non-zero chance that it's going to be Bo, and that's why she's not in Toy Story 3.
Is Bo's the love interest for Woody, right?
For Woody, and she is not in Toy Story 3, and Woody wistfully and mournfully mentions how they lost her, with no elaboration.
Whoa.
If Pixar let them do that, that would be the funniest thing ever. I'm sorry, Woody, but we lost her to Xehanort.
We just couldn't stop him. He was too powerful.
Her heart wasn't strong enough.
I hate Keyblades.
It's just... Now, wait, was that Tom Hanks or Kelsey Grammer?
Yes.
Oh, okay, there we go. I hear we're not getting Tom Hanks for Kingdom Hearts 3. We're getting someone...
Jim
Who-
Hanks.
Jim Hanks.
Sounds similar.
Sounds like a typo was made and they hired the wrong guy. Okay, so that's round 2. Hey, Bob.
Hey.
You're gonna lead round 3.
Oh no. Okay, sure. Here we go.
Oh no.
He's afraid of how excited he is.
So this is a really crazy poll.
Bob, if episode 1 taught us anything, don't tell the audience what you think about your own ideas.
Cheese puff.
Because I have one
But
that
yours is the crazy poll.
I have one that will legitimately happen, and I guess I'll save that for last.
Maybe.
You know, I'll just do it because someone else is gonna take
Yeah,
this one.
someone
No one's
might-
gonna take this dumb one.
Okay.
So they're in both movies. They hide under objects to sneak around and avoid the humans. Mm-hmm. I'm sure they'll do it again. I don't think they'll reuse the exact ones. I don't think it's gonna be caution cones or soda cups. They'll probably find something new to do it with, but it will be a gameplay section where you have to hide under these things.
Okay. You got to come up with a thing though. You can't
You
just
can't
say,
just-
yeah.
you
no,
can't just-
That's too easy.
It's too easy.
It's too easy. You gotta.
Okay,
you
so-
gotta be like,
so-
it's a.
All right, so they're
So it can't be food.
can't be food.
It can't be traffic cones.
What else can they have?
That's every cup shaped thing ever. We're done. You clearly this is.
I wrote myself
impractical.
into a corner here. It's toy boxes.
It's
They're sneaking around in other toy boxes. Somehow they think that's more inconspicuous.
Apparently, the toy store is staffed by such shitheels that like they see boxes lying all over the floor. They're
even-
like, fuck it. I don't care.
I think they give it a different name.
Galaxy Toys. Is the name
That's
of
a
this
shame.
one.
So they're just combining the idea of the pizza shop and the idea of the toy store.
Now I have to wonder: are there going to be humans in this world? Because it seems like they talk about how everyone's disappeared, and you're kind of running around haphazardly.
Yes, but they're gonna look like Sonic 06 characters, just to keep with the aesthetic of the movies.
Given what they've shown of the world and stuff that GameSpot accidentally leaked, it looks like it'll just be a humanless world.
Okay, so
Because
maybe
they-
So it's
They explain in a very early cutscene, the one of the bad guys shows up and says, we've split the Toy Story world into 2, and you're in the pocket dimension world of this Toy Story world.
well, that's good
What?
writing. That's
Oh my
good writing.
God.
And that
Convenient.
is why some of the toys are missing. Andy isn't there. It's because you're like in a copy of that Toy Story world.
Huh.
So what I'm hearing is Bob's idea just now seems horrifically impractical because why would they stealth from anything if the people aren't
That's
there?
true.
Ah, jeez,
man.
KZ.
Now I can't even wonder if Sora will automatically freeze if a human picks him up.
I know, that was actually something I was hoping that would happen, that you get a reaction command to fall flat and limp.
But it's very possible that partway into the world, you go to the real one and they still get to do that.
Okay.
That would be a missed opportunity if they just didn't use it at all.
Right.
I
Because
feel like
they got
they
to
would
show you getting the other toys back. They got to show you getting, like, Jesse and...
James.
I feel
all
like
the other
they'd
ones.
start in the humanless world because that's very Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2-esque, where they didn't have the resources to do things like that. And then Nomura's like, oh, watch this. And then halfway through you go to the human side
Snap.
and you get that stuff.
And then it just makes Shadow of the Colossus sounds. I said Shadow of the Colossus, not Goofy.
Boy!
Let's see. So you went first.
Yeah.
I guess that means KZ's gonna go second. We're just comboing these up.
Oh, no.
It's everyone's reaction today.
I don't. I think he's making fun of you, Bob. I think he's confident in his picks. I just don't know. He's so he's so good at bluffing me.
I'm not, actually.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark off because I already just said it. The whole reaction command to go limp because that's good. It's so good. It's really good. I don't think Casey wrote a single idea down.
He just logs out.
I can't decide.
Leaves phone call.
I can't decide. I was thinking about, since one of the main things in the world are those giant robots you go inside, and I was thinking that at some point I just want the Xehanort that shows up to get into one of those mechs, and then it gets really tricked out and cool looking.
So it's
and
like
you
Metal Gear
just
Solid
have a
4.
forced longer.
It's like the Rex versus
mech
Ray fight.
Oh, that'd be pretty good.
that I can set to Gundam music.
You're gonna do a supercut where Gallant Char starts
Oh, that'd
playing.
be good.
Yes.
So fucking good. Callan Shar is like one of the best things ever.
That or you just find Gunpla.
Yes, you find a literal Char mech to get into.
Yes.
No, it'd be front mission things because that's what Square Enix owns.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
we're not
right,
gonna
you're
get
right.
Char in a dumb mask walking around being like, man, that Char guy sure was cool. My name's Quacha.
That or the giant machines from Nier Automata.
Oh my god.
That would be
That'd
nuts.
also be pretty Kino.
That would actually, yeah.
Yeah, I have to wonder what their stance on that would be, because, that's when they're a very M-rated game. Like, if they'd be okay with putting Nier stuff in here. Because I'd love to see
I'm
little
sure it'd be
toys
fine.
of the Nier robots in this toy store.
Can we get the Quiet Man merchandise into the toy box world?
Oh God.
Yes. It needs to be like Barbie style. Like full-on Ken doll, Quiet Man. Do you guys think they're going to get the license for Barbie to put in this movie? I don't think they
Yeah,
will.
that's a good question.
No.
I feel like it'll just be a knockoff.
Darby.
I want Namor to draw a Barbie character now really badly.
So do I.
Like, holy shit.
It's like the Nomura Batman, but it's just Barbie.
That's the best. I love that Batman.
It's just Bahamut, though. I mean,
Okay, who's next?
I'm gonna say Feel goes next.
Okay, this kind of ties into Bob's and the discussion we had about the humans. The last cutscene in the toy box world, whether I don't know if there's multiple visits like KH2. Did he say there wasn't this time, KZ?
They said they're doing something different, so probably not.
Okay, but the last cutscene in the toy box world will be Andy playing a game with Sora, Donald, and Goofy involved. Like how he plays the bank robbery game in Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2. He'll be doing something like that, but with Sora and Donald and Goofy as cast members.
Yeah, that seems pretty good. Yeah. And then the blue light takes over, and then Sora quantum leaps into another Sora, right? Then he looks in the mirror and he says,
Yeah,
"Oh,
something
dear.
like that.
Oh dear."
Yeah.
Look, I'm just waiting for my quantum leap game. That's all I want.
Can we get Knight Rider first?
Hey, whoa, Quantum Leap is a great show. Knight Rider's trash.
jeez.
I'm making jokes because I was born in the 90s. I don't know what you're talking about.
Here's my joke. I own the Knight Rider game, you jackass. It's an NES game and it's trash.
There's a Knight Rider game.
I've never even watched Knight Rider, and I had that game growing up, and I'm like, man, this game's hard as hell and sucks.
So it's like the Toy Story game?
Yeah, it was a lot like the Toy Story game. You know, no one's made a single gag about the Super NES or Genesis Toy Story games yet. No one's been like, they're going to bring back that dope segment.
That's because I have trauma from that.
Right. I think I'm in the same boat of I can't watch this movie and not think of that game now, and it's horrifying.
I rented that atrocious game and spent an entire vacation.
You said you rented it and spent an entire vacation playing it?
I don't even think I got to the last level. I think I never got further than Sid's room.
I actually had a relative who owned both Donkey Kong Country 3. I don't remember the subtitle for that one. Is it Double Trouble? Whatever. He owned that and Toy Story. Staying at his house was the most grueling part of my vacation that summer because both of those games are awful. I do not like Donkey Kong Country 3.
What are you talking about?
No, Donkey Kong Country 3.
Donkey Kong Country 3 is probably the best one.
No, that's 2.
Donkey Kong Country 3 is all right.
What do you... It's
real good.
I don't know. I think 1 and 2 are better than 3. It doesn't help that I have to stare at the giant baby on screen, you know?
So you're just uncomfortable by his Chad aura.
Yeah, that's what I was cluing in on. It was making me really uncomfortable. I felt insecure around him.
All right, so Toy Story related.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first SNES game I had was the Toy Story game. Yikes. I beat it somehow.
Stronger than me.
The final section, there's obviously the dog chasing segment, which is a nightmare.
Yeah.
The flying segment, that game is just bad.
Seeing the guy who directed that game and then later Sonic R on YouTube making videos about how he codes his game is just like, it's terrible. It's like watching a man who's accomplished so much evil being like, hey guys, I'm gonna teach you how to do it. Here's my science. And it's just like, you made the Toy Story game. Just knowing your name.
Here's my YouTube video on how to commit murder and get away with it.
Right? You gotta use this acid. It burns up the body way better. They can't recognize it. Like, Jesus Christ.
Make sure the person can't react to the random projectile.
Don't use a gun. They can track that. You gotta use a knife.
So he finally made
Get in close.
This is relevant. He finally made a director's version of, what was it, Sonic 3D Blast. And the first thing he does after he makes that, which is a thing that fixes some glitches and refines some things, he goes, maybe I should make a director's version of Toy Story. And I'm like, what is wrong?
I knew about this because they mentioned it on GameSack.
What is wrong with you? Oh, God. Needless to say, I'm subscribed to that channel.
So when is the Avenging My Youth Toy Story for the Super Nintendo?
Never. So I already went first. Bob, you already went first. Phil, you already went first, right?
No, I have not gone first yet.
Mr. Phil has not gone first yet? I thought he went first on round 2.
Bob went first the second time.
Okay.
Right.
So, Phil, why don't you lead the fourth and final premonition from each of us?
Alrighty. Let me just see what the best one of these are, because we addressed a lot of them.
While he's waiting, I'm going to throw away one of mine. I think it's going to feature asynchronous blinking, like the first Toy Story movie went way out of its way to do, so that way each eyelid is offset by half a second from each other. So the whole time you're in that world, Sora's blinking wrong.
Maybe that'll just be in the whole game, and they just weren't able to deal with it.
Okay, this is...
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's 2 minor ones that I'll combine into a bigger one. They aren't actually related, but I'm going to say both. The first is that at some point, Sora will say, to infinity and beyond.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's going to happen.
Pretty clappable.
And here's the other one. Rex will start talking about the plot of the Final Fantasy-esque game that he thinks Sora is from, and a lot of the plot points will turn out to be relevant to Kingdom Hearts, be it in that game or a decade from now.
Oh, that's
That
good.
second part.
And no one can call you on it. As long as it says anything about that game, we won't know for like another 10 years.
I was hoping Mr. Phil was going to say the bouncer. Like, fucking he's playing the bouncer. And it's like, oh, I thought you were this guy.
No.
I thought you were Scion Barzan.
Oh man.
Okay, I have to question the 3 of you. I have to question the 3 of you and see if you immediately noticed what I did.
Okay.
Why is the Buzz Lightyear Super Nintendo game that Rex is playing in Toy Story 2 a shitty game?
It has Star Wars sounds?
There's a very clear reason.
There are a bunch of Z's? I really got nothing here.
You press up on the D-pad to jump.
We saw that and I freaked out, but I was like, what is wrong?
Yeah, Bob literally, without skipping a second, is like, what is wrong with you? Like, he's trying to tell the movie that it was made by criminals. He's going to send a memo back. He noticed, guys.
The moment I saw that, I became outraged.
The worst part is they do it for the gag of like, my hands aren't big enough. I can't reach from the shoot button to the jump button. I'm like, yeah, his hands aren't. And then they show jump is up, and I'm like, that wasn't even
That's
necessary.
not a problem with you, Rex. That's a problem with the game developers being sociopaths.
Oh, Rex, you're just like me when I was a kid. You're blaming yourself for this game being horrible. Andy he keeps giving Rex the worst games.
I don't think we will, but I do really hope that there's just even on the background, or like on a TV, we get to see the Yosora game.
Yosora game?
Because Yozora is who Rex thinks Sora is. I just hope we get to see that game in some form.
He name drops the game, yeah.
Huh.
And he's like, I've gotten really far, but I can't beat Bahamut.
So, I'm going to go ahead and say, KZ, you haven't gone second, right?
No, I have not.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so whenever you beat certain worlds throughout the series, you would, occasionally get a summon from that world. So my fourth one's going to be that when you beat the Toy Story world, Rex will become a summon for you.
That'd be good.
Whenever you activate him, you ride him, and he gets really, really excited, and he just starts yelling, "I am Bahamut."
That's
really
great.
And he just starts thrashing around.
I'm just delighted because it's the same voice actor as Toy Story. So, like, the thought that he's going through all of Kingdom Hearts with me.
That's good.
I just want him to scream Mega Flare.
Oh, that'd be good.
Oh, no.
That'd be good. Okay, I'll go third. I think at some point you're gonna have to fight the those creatures Sid had in his room that are actually good.
Ugh.
You're gonna have to fight darkness corrupted versions of those or something like that, where it's just some horrible montage or collage of toy parts that have come to life to fight Sora. Like, whether it's in the back of the store, they just have a broken toy bin that it just becomes sentient.
Right.
Something like that, where you have a baby doll head on a giant spider body made of metal. You're gonna have to fight that. I think that's
too Wild West to
That
pass
definitely
up.
seems likely.
I hope so, because man, that'll actually, just like in Toy Story 1, be horrifying for some reason. Even though it shouldn't be, it'll just at some deep level be like, ugh, God.
One of the enemies throws game discs at you.
He's spitting and chucking UMDs at you.
Yes.
They're all copies of Dissidia NT, and he's like, they're all from the bargain bin. There's just so many.
This is so sad.
He's no more, burns the rest of the company.
He's just going around burning everyone.
There's a Final Fantasy 15 poster in the store, and it just has canceled over it because of the DLC.
Ham talks about not wanting to buy the season pass.
You're gonna come up on 2BA9S, and they're just gonna spoil the end of Nier Automata. That is all they'll do. They'll just say some lines that just give up the ghost of the whole game, and it'll be like, Nomura, who made you full of hate? Like, what? What did the rest of Square Enix do to you?
There'll be a Geno doll in the corner, and they'll just be like, "Who's that?" I don't know.
Also, I've never heard it said Geno, but I guess that would be correct, wouldn't it? Like, I haven't looked up what the hiragana or whatever for it was.
I imagine since the character in One Punch Man is Genosu, I think. I think it would probably be Geno.
Yeah, I thought about that while watching.
It took me until now to go, who the fuck are you talking about?
See, KZ here is the audience surrogate. We need to talk.
That's also what Square Enix said when Nintendo asked for him to be in Smash.
Who the fuck is Geno? We don't own One Punch Man. These dipshits. Fucking sign it.
We gotta make Dan mad.
I feel like Phil would be as angry as I am if he weren't so jaded and empty. I don't know. Like, it's just, people should be madder that Geno isn't in. It's fine though. It's fine.
I'm just sad.
I mean, I might be upset, but like when we saw that there is no spirits anywhere, no Square
Two Final
Enix spirits
Fantasy
at all,
tracks.
I'm just like, okay, Square Enix is just Square Enix learned how to deal with other companies from Disney.
Yeah, the person who runs the Persona 5 fan site Twitter account actually privately messaged me the part of that spreadsheet that says 0 Final Fantasy spirits, and I'm like, oh god, these people are unreasonable.
It's okay. Gino gets to be in Kingdom Hearts 3 as a Heartless.
You know, it would actually fit because they're in Kingdom Hearts world because you can easily put hearts into toys.
Yep.
Like there's a clear puppets thing going on.
Yeah. My problem is if Gino isn't announced for Smash and Gino shows up in Kingdom Hearts 3, I won't be able to contain my rage in the least. It's just it'll be fine.
I
It'll
think
be
Nintendo
fine.
might have joint ownership of him, which is why he's in as a spirit,
Yeah.
because he was in Superstar Saga.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But the remake removed him, which had people questioning.
Whoa.
Well, that's just because they didn't want to make a new asset for him, because that game cost like $3.
True.
Hey, they made some really bad remixes of every track.
Yeah, I know. All the budget went to making the music worse.
Yoko, fuck it up.
So Bob, you're the one who hasn't gone for the final
That's
round,
true.
correct? So
Yeah.
there's a lot riding on this.
No.
We got to leave on a strong one, Bob. No
Will
pressure.
will it be as good as Cheese Puffs? I need to
Oh
know.
yeah, where's the dumb one?
This is an insanely dumb one. I'm sorry, guys. So, in the credits of Toy Story 2, they have a sequence that's Bug's Life. I feel like we need to get Bug's Life in here.
So you think they're going to be walking through some yards?
Yes.
And they're going to see the bugs from Bug's Life?
Yes,
Just on
and they
on
will hang
plate.
out with them for a moment and then just leave.
Okay. I can see where you're coming from with this.
Now I have an idea.
Yeah.
So in Kingdom Hearts 2, in like the re-release, they started introducing portals to fight older bosses and super bosses.
Yes.
Now outside the store, maybe out in the neighborhood, there will be a portal like near endgame. Once you unlock the last world, everything levels up. You'll see one. You activate it, and you fight a supercharged, heartless version of Hopper from A Bug's Life.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be good.
Sure, I was hoping for that last minute. Oh no, it's the villain from Ants.
Well, Ants is better than A Bug's Life. We have concluded this.
I feel like this court has not seen that, nor has there been sufficient evidence provided.
Do
to
we
the court.
need a podcast?
No, see, Hopper, actually, if he's heartless, he wouldn't have to talk, so that wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. That's very true.
and it has to be a heartless because the bird accident.
Sora beats him, and he's just like, man, that grasshopper looks like someone who touches kids. Jeez.
Who is the voice actor for Hopper?
Kevin Spacey.
Never mind.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yep. So I'll go ahead and say the
You
dumbest.
fight the heartless ladybug. There you go.
There you go. Not the Alice in Wonderland worm caterpillar. No. The
We don't
ladybug.
talk about that.
That thing is unsettling.
Okay, Sora and everyone will see a wall of Funko Pops and just turn and shudder.
As many Funko
Okay.
Pops as they're making of Kingdom Hearts, I worry they will.
Yeah. I was.
Nomura seems like the guy who would hate those.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah. That one brand of Kingdom Hearts toy that you sent pictures of to me.
Oh yeah. No. Bob, you told me a detail just yesterday about this thing.
Oh, it's made of metal.
It's fucking die-cast, you guys.
What? It's a metal fig.
I will go ahead and put a link to that in the description so people can look at this image of this horrifying thing. But yeah, it's a die-cast figurine 6 inches tall. It's like, I don't know, somebody wanted to make Sora into the Chad. His proportions are all wrong.
Oh my
seen
god,
it.
what is this?
A tiny nightmare you can buy. But yeah, my tiny dumb one that I really wanted, but I threw away because the cheese buff one was just too good. I thought they would have had a Randy Newman song recapping the Kingdom Hearts games to date with lyrical references to Simple and Clean.
Oh man, yeah, no, that one was one I thought of too.
That would be super good. That'd be incredibly good.
But it's too bold to brave that.
Out.
Yeah, I can't dream that dream because even that is too bold.
No, you'll get Skrillex.
You know what? Maybe it isn't that outrageous.
Right, Skrillex is here.
Well, you know, his favorite Final Fantasy is Final Fantasy X.
Turn it, Dan. That's not even a quote from him.
I know, but I'm gonna keep propagating it because that's funny.
You know, it doesn't have to literally be Randy Newman. They can just copy it.
You could just have a dopey...
Are you saying someone else could do Randy Newman music? Like his isn't that original or amazing?
Well, we got Gilbert Gottfried in this goddamn podcast.
He was like, I really want to be in that new Kingdom Hearts, and then they're like, no, we're not doing Aladdin this time. He's like, certainly you've got to have a spot for me, though. That'd be incredible.
I don't think he's done anything for Disney since Princess and the Frog.
Oh, he was in Princess and the Frog? Bob, we got to wrap this podcast up. I got to go watch Princess and the Frog.
I'm kind of sad Princess and the Frog isn't a Disney World in this game.
Yeah,
like the last animated feature.
Yeah, no, it's so good. It's I've never seen it, but it's amazing, I'm sure.
I had a line for the I clapped segment that I believe we're not doing because there's not enough.
Yeah.
For that.
But go ahead.
At some point in the game, Woody is just gonna yell, "Reach for the sky" before a boss fight happens.
Oh, that's good.
That's pretty good. I had an idea that goes with a quote, but I'm trying to think of some way they could justify this sequence.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't think of it, but I'm going to say it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
They do a version of the Dream Drop from Dream Drop Distance that's Sora falling.
Oh, yeah. I like this.
Just so he can say, this isn't flying, it's falling with style.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, God.
Bob, you also had some clappable quotes.
Yes.
Okay, that's how they get between the two worlds, is they do a version of the Dream Drop.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
So good.
So I actually didn't write down a single clappable quote because I realized the only thing I would clap at was a "You've Got a Friend in Me" reference because that's what Toy Story 2 was settling with. It was like, hey, we should say that like 3 or 4 times. People remember that song.
Do you remember? Please, God, remember. We don't have anything else.
It turns out that first movie was just this.
Toy Story 2 just feels like a more marketable version of the second one. I mean, of the first one.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Because that you have a more direct antagonist, because the first one didn't really have a direct antagonist.
Yeah.
You have Jesse and, what's the horse's name?
Bullseye.
And Bullseye,
honestly,
who feel very much like a marketer designed them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they could sell toys of all 3 of them.
You could sell toys of all 3 of them, and then you also have Zurg. There's so many.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a more built-out world that's better, easier to sell.
Zurg, I feel like, is a more natural extension because he was mentioned in the first one.
Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. That's true. He is just.
Meanwhile, Woody, like, it's a weird plot point that Woody somehow doesn't know about.
Right, like
the other two
when did Woody
and
become sentient? I don't know. Like Andy,
and they also have way longer memories than Woody for some reason.
Yeah.
So we all I thought this was too basic to keep in mind, but we all agree Kelsey Grammer is showing up as Stinky Pete, the prospector, and he's offering Sora and crew eternal life in a Japanese collection, right? And you can just accept that, and the game ends. Like
this
that
isn't near, so no.
There's just a boss fight against Newman. Like it's the big hands, big face, stereotypical boss fight.
It's what do they call that in Ocarina of Time? Was it Oingo?
Ongo Bongo, I think.
I was like, it's really close to Oingo Bongo or whatever.
It's like a Wham Bam Rock.
No, that's the one in Kirby.
That's the one in Kirby.
Oh.
They're all so similar. Hey, Bob, you have some clappable quotes, right? No?
I feel like if Potato Head shows up, he needs to sync one of the new toys. Maybe there's a toy Kyrie. I don't know. And he needs to do the "I'm a Mary Spud" chant. Just because he's a weirdo. And that's all he does. I still remember those commercials.
Mr. Potato Head, who probably won't be in the movie because he's a licensed toy.
Oh,
But
no.
Mr. Potato Head puts on his angry eyes, and then everybody glowers at a boss.
Yes.
That'd be good.
Also, I had one of mine written down is Mr. Potato Head explodes. It's hilarious.
Because
they pulled that.
I
too
also
much.
wrote that and Hot Wheels loop-de-loop down. But, you know, now we're just...
I have an extension of the potato one, which is he explodes and you have to find the pieces.
Oh no, KZ, don't.
Now you're just giving them ideas for DLC. I don't know.
And if you put together it wrong, they do the Picasso joke again.
Yes.
I've never been more sure of anything than I am that there will be a reaction command to ride the Hot Wheels car around the loop and jump off it.
Yeah, no, that'll be good. It'll be great. I'll clap. I don't know about you people, but I'm gonna clap at that. I'm gonna be like, hey, they did that in the
Depending
movie.
on how well you play it, you'll make a bigger jump, and just like open world games, they'll have you traveled this far.
So it's like a burnout. It's gonna be like, good job, you did this long of a leap, and you'll get some points. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Nice. Well, these are all really solid premonitions, especially the cheese puff one, but people now need to go vote to see who had the best premonitions. Be sure to go into the description to vote for who you thought had the best premonitions, or maybe the most likely to happen, you know, to keep it up to your personal taste, which one's more important to you. And we'll see you next time on Gamer Premonitions. Thank you for listening to this episode of Gamer Premonitions. Series like this are only possible via the support of our patrons, so if you enjoyed it, consider becoming one of those. You can find more stuff from KZ Excellent over at kzexcellent.com and Mr. Feel at his Twitter account, Mr. Feel's Wild Ride. There are links in the description below, and don't forget to go vote on who had the best premonitions. This GigaBoots video was brought to you by the help of our executive producer God Kings, Vincent Bover, Nicholas Cameron, E. Lee Broyles, Brendan O'Sullivan, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Dryzart, and Wardanas. Thanks, God Kings. And also these guys. Now, wait, okay, I thought it was a Cave Story song and now it's Kirby. What the fuck is going on here? Where do we keep getting these rips, Bob?